What's going on, YouTube family? It's your man Pristine, back with another video. Welcome to the full Pristine review for the Xiaomi Mi 9T. Let's jump right in. Now, real quick, price and specs. So I got this from Amazon and I paid $384.89. With tax, I paid $423.38, and I'm pretty sure you can get this for a little bit cheaper now, but I will drop the link down below in the description if this phone is something that you want to invest in. Now the specs, we've got a 6.39 inch 2340 by 1080 19.5 by 9 AMOLED display. All right, we've got Corning Gorilla Glass 5 on the front and the back. We've got a Snapdragon 730 with 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of onboard storage, no memory expansion at all whatsoever. So we do not have an SD card slot for expandable memory. We are running Android 9 Pie over MIUI 10, and we have an Adreno 618 GPU. Now, the phone's build quality, like I said, we've got Corning Gorilla Glass 5, and the phone is constructed very beautifully. For one, if you take a look here, I love the fact that the screen is completely flat on the surface, and then you look at the sides in the back, how it's like rounded around the sides. I mean, so it makes the phone very easy to grip. And plus this little case that it comes with in the box, this is more of like a matte style finish case, and so it really gives the phone some grip. Without the case, it's pretty slippery, which is why I decided to keep it in the case. But it's interesting because the glass itself, it has like a Kevlar look to it. Like if you can see on my Galaxy Fold here, like if you see, can you guys see like those little ridges, like the little lines in the case? Yeah, that's a better look at it. Okay, that's what the glass looks like all around the back and the sides of the Mi 9T, which is really dope, right? That I mean, it looks dope. Now, I mean, a lot of times most people aren't going to be able to pick up on that unless you're like looking dead at the phone, like holding it up to your face. But I mean, you know, typically, you know, if you see it from a distance, I mean, it's just going to look like just a black phone. You know what I mean? And most phones are black. But I think that the craftsmanship behind that with Xiaomi, to me, is dope. And so again, you got Corning Gorilla Glass 5 with the Kevlar finish. You know, you got the nice rounded corners, flat surface. I mean, the phone is constructed very beautifully. It feels really, really good in the hand. And so I'm a major fan of the build quality and how the phone feels, especially with this matte style finish case. I mean, again, the case, it's not a fingerprint magnet. It doesn't matter if you've got sweaty fingers or anything like that. It's hard to smudge up. And so this is also going to maintain some of the phone's beauty. If you take this case off, because of the fact that it's glass, you're going to notice a lot more fingerprints and smudges and things of that nature. So I would recommend, in spite of that Kevlar finish, you keep this case on that came in the box, or, you know, you can go third party. I believe that you can get third party cases on Amazon if that's something that you would like to do. Now, performance, again, Snapdragon 712 processor, 6 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of onboard storage. This phone flies. Okay. I know that with the OnePlus 7 Pro, you know, it introduced the 90 hertz display. The iPad Pro has been doing it for a few years now, or at least a couple years now, with the 120 hertz refresh rate. You know, holding the OnePlus 7 Pro next to this phone, you're not going to really be able to tell the difference. You would actually think that this phone also had the 90 hertz refresh rate because it is lightning quick. It is very responsive to the touch. I'm barely tapping the screen, and it's just very, very, very responsive to what I'm doing. So, you know, if you want to swipe a little slower, you swipe a little slower, but quick swipes. I mean, super, super, super responsive to the touch. Now, going into the applications, again, I've got this connected to Wi-Fi. I don't have my main SIM card in the phone, and so your 4G LTE data speeds may differ. But again, don't think for 1 second, just because this phone doesn't have like the latest and the greatest top-end Snapdragon 855, you know, 6 to 8 or 12 gigs of RAM or anything like that, that it's not a performer. You know, don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen, into believing that you absolutely have to have all those things in order for a phone to perform and to perform well. Okay, the Snapdragon 730 processor is an upper tier, a more upper echelon style mid-range processor. Again, like I mentioned, 6 gigs of RAM. I mean, this phone, it is a performance monster. Okay, and it handles everything that you throw at it with no problems at all whatsoever. All right, so there is Spotify. Here is SoundCloud. All right, we'll go out of that and we will go, let's see, let's take it to YouTube real quick. Okay, a lot of content here. There we go. Okay, okay, Marquez Brownlee. Okay, I'm gonna have to check you out, brother. But yeah, you know, so the phone, it flies. Okay, a little bit of a stutter there as content was loading up, but once everything gets loaded, as you can see, it just breezes right through it like a hot knife through butter. Okay, so we'll take it to RAM management, and I love the way that this looks because it's like up and down rather than like the side scrolling that we've gotten used to on Android 9 Pie. You know what I mean? So again, this is MIUI 10 and it looks a little bit differently. Okay, and I'm a fan of that just because most stock Android devices, and I know this isn't stock Android, but I mean, most of the Android devices are going the more stock route. And so they're all the same, right? A lot of times, you know, you can hold phones up side by side and you can't tell any difference between the software, you know what I mean, aside from just how they look aesthetically. And that's how you're able to tell, you know, so a lot of these phones, they're just like the same phone essentially. And to me, that's boring. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why I never really change skins on phones that do have skins. I just rock out with whatever skin is on the phone because it's different. And I like different. And I like the up and down action here with the recent applications that have been open. But you see there, I'll just tap on YouTube and it is right there. Tap back on SoundCloud, it is right there. Tap back on Spotify and it's right there. Go back to the Bible app, it's right there. All right, go back to the score. I was looking at some scores. You know, my team, Florida State, we got Clemson this week. We're gonna upset the #2 team in the nation. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna knock them boys off in Clemson, in Death Valley. You know what I'm saying? All you Clemson fans out there, yeah, I said it. You know what I'm saying? I bleed Garden Gold, man. It's all about Florida State. Seminoles, baby. No nation, stand up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it just pops right back into that. You guys get the hint. You know what I mean? And so go ahead and get the little X right there. That's what cleans everything out. And go back to your desk, your home screen desktop, and you're good to go. Okay, so the phone performs beautifully. Now, the cameras, we've got a triple camera setup on the rear of this device, right? All right, so we'll just go ahead and turn the phone around, and I don't know if you guys can see, but there's a red ring. Let me go ahead and zoom in here a little bit. If you guys can see the red ring that's right there, that is the primary sensor, okay? And again, it's 2019. You know, 48 megapixel primary sensors are the thing in 2019. And so that is the primary 48 megapixel sensor, which is a wide sensor. We've got an 8 megapixel telephoto lens that gives us 2x optical zoom. And then we've also got a 13 megapixel ultra wide angle sensor. Okay, so we got 3 cameras here, and they are, ladies and gentlemen, they are amazing, right? I've taken some excellent still shots, excellent video with this camera. Link is down below for the dedicated camera review if you haven't checked it out already. You know what I mean? But be sure to do so, and you know, get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the camera performance. But Xiaomi, they've always been good. They've been known for their cameras. I've had some amazing camera experiences on some of their budget phones, and so this is like one of their upper tier mid-range lines heading into flagship. This camera is a monster on this phone. All right, so we will go ahead and pan on back out. Now, turn the phone back over here. And as you can see, we got the always on display there, lightning quick. Just tap it, boom, we just get right into the device. Now on the front, we've got a motorized pop-up selfie camera, and that stands at a cool 20 megapixels. And so what I will do is I will hit the camera app and hit selfie. And as you can see, there it is right there. Go ahead and zoom in on that so you guys can get a better look at that. And you'll notice, like, as it goes down, I don't know if you saw the little red LED light that was above it, but when you enable it, okay, you see that? Makes a little, like, it makes a cool little noise, and you can change those noises to different types of noises, whatever you want it to be. And then when you want it to close, it does the same thing. Okay, so that, ladies and gentlemen, is the selfie camera on the Xiaomi Mi 9T. And I like the fact that, you know, we are given just that full screen display, right? You know what I mean? No camera holes, no notches or anything on the front of the phone. And, you know, we've just got that full 6.3 inches of screen real estate to play with, right? So excellent camera quality on the front and rear cameras on this device. Again, get down in the comment section, click on the dedicated camera link. It is entitled Xiaomi Mi 9T / the camera. You know, I keep it nice and simple with these videos as far as the titles are concerned. So that's that. Now, battery life, we got a 4,000 milliamp hour non-removable battery. Battery life is it's excellent. Battery life is excellent on this device. Okay, I've taken this phone with me, whether it be to work or just out and about running around all day. I can easily get through like two and a half days, if not longer, because like I said, I'm a light to moderate user. I don't really go hard in the paint on my devices, right? You know, I'm not just always on my phone like a lot of other people. You know what I mean? So depending on how you use your device and how long you're on it, that's gonna determine, you know, battery life. But for me and how I use my phone, I could very easily get through, you know, 2.5, possibly 3 days on one charge on this phone. Okay, we do got the Type-C 2.0 connector at the bottom of this device that does support fast charge. I believe the fast charger that comes in the box is an 18-watt wall adapter. Charges very fast from 0 to 60. It charges, I'd say, in about a little over an hour. Maybe like an hour and 5 minutes or something like that, which from 0 to 100, that's not bad at all whatsoever. Okay, it charges very quickly. You know, if your phone is low, if you're sitting at, you know, 15-20% and you want to throw your phone on the charger for like a good 10 or 15 minutes, trust me, after about 10 or 15 minutes, you know, if you've got like, you know, 15 or 20% left, you may be up in like close to 50 or 60%, close to it. You know what I mean? So you're going to have some significant battery life, you know what I'm saying, after it just being on the charger for a 10 or 15 minute time span. All right. So additional features. Now, one of the things that I really like, and I'll go ahead and zoom in so you guys can see this as well, but I'm a big fan of, you guys see that green line at the top of the phone right there? See it across the top? I'm a huge fan of that. That's a battery indicator. Now, a lot of times, you know, when you go to the battery indicator, it'll let you put the battery percentage on the screen, or you can just have like a little battery bar, and you can just kind of see, you know what I mean, how full or not full the battery bar is, and that'll kind of help you determine battery life. Well, when you opt to enable the battery percentage, it is very tiny, and it is inside that little battery box, which is like right here. It's very tiny at the top of the display. You can barely see it, and I've got bad eyes. I already strain my eyes enough as it is, and so it's like I don't want to strain my eyes more just trying to check my battery life percentage. I may not want to go into the settings under the battery and performance settings and look at the percentage that way. So what Xiaomi does is it gives you an option to go with the battery bar, and it's a little neon green bar that is right there at the top, and you can see it goes from left to right. Okay. And so where it's at right now, I'm about 90% right now. Okay, so I just think that's a cool little feature. I've never seen anything like that on any other device ever in my life that I've ever handled. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you, I have handled hella devices. Before I started doing these YouTube videos, I've always been a mobile tech geek for years. I've always had the top 2 phones. I've always had 2 phones at me at a time. Or on me at a time. I've always had the latest iPhone and the latest Samsung or LG. You know what I mean? Apple, it was always the latest iPhone. Android, it was always the latest Samsung or the latest LG, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing this for years, ladies and gentlemen. And I've never seen anything like that. I think that's a really cool feature. Some may kind of feel like that's, you know, minor, but hey, you know, it is what it is. It's something different. I've never seen it on any other device, and I happen to like it. You know what I mean? Now, I do like the fact that we have the physical navigation keys down there. Those can be programmed to do just about anything you want them to do. So I've got the back button programmed to not only go back. If I go into my Bible app and I want to go back to my home screen, I can hit back, but I can also just touch it and hold down on it, and I can close out the phone. You can see there is an under the display fingerprint sensor that is lightning quick. We also have facial recognition, which if I double tap the display, swipe up, and you can see we also have a lightning quick facial recognition. Now, it's not as quick as the fingerprint sensor because the camera has to slide up and then slide down, but I think that's a really cool little feature, you know, to kind of wow some folks that have never seen the motorized pop-up lens before. You kind of trip some people out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of these devices are you know, nowadays are some good conversation starters. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of technology that a lot of people haven't seen before. You know, a lot of people are just so oblivious to what's going on in the mobile phone world. You know, a lot of people aren't into cell phones like that. They just get their little phones and they rock with them for 2, 3, 4 years, and they're not paying attention to anything else that's going on. And then, you know, you're on the bus or on the train or something like that. And then I pull out my Galaxy Fold and unfold it, and oh man, they go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, so it's like little stuff like that. Or I got my Mi 9T here. You know, they see that camera pop up from the top, and they're just like, oh my goodness, you know, what is that? They've never seen anything like it before. And so, you know, they're good conversation starters, but it just speaks volumes to how far technology has come with these things. And I mean, it's only going to get better. It's only going to get crazier, especially now that we're entering that foldable phone era, finally. You know what I mean? So, yeah, those are a couple of the things. I do like the fact that up top, we do have a headphone jack right there. All right, we got the headphone jack right there, and it is a good one, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not sure. There's a DAC that is in this. I'm not exactly sure what the specifications are. I know that, you know, like LG's is like a 32-bit quad DAC. This is a DAC. I'm not exactly sure, you know what I'm saying, what the number percentage is. But it sounds amazing. And I love the fact that you have the ability to go in and say, like, if there's any pair of headphones that Xiaomi has ever put out, which you can, let me try to find this for you real quick, because this is another interesting way to be able to help toggle your listening experience. So when you go to, let me see, I believe it's under sound and vibration. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me find this 1 second. Okay, so look, let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see this. All right. Boom. Get in focus right there. Zoom in a little bit. Now, under settings, what we're going to do is we're going to go down to additional settings. And under additional settings, we've got, you know, date and time, language and input, region, privacy, enterprise mode, authorization and revocation, quick ball, button and gesture shortcuts, front camera effects, notification light, which we do have a notification light, ladies and gentlemen. It is at the top of this phone. Okay, so it's not, you know, some may question the placement. It's not anywhere like at the top or on the bottom. It's actually sitting right on top of the pop-up camera. It's hard to see right now, but if you get a notification, the pop-up camera at the top, it's going to blink red, it'll blink blue, you know what I mean, based on the notification. I think that that's really cool, but it's just hard to see because it's at the top. Now, if we go to headphone and audio effects, right? While the headphones, while you've got a set of headphones plugged into the headphone jack, it says choose headphone type. And so you can see, you can barely see it because it doesn't light up until there's something plugged into it. But you get a bunch of different options here as to certain types of headphones that Xiaomi has put out. And for each one of those headphones that you choose, it's going to have a little bit of a different sound. So, you know, say, you know, if you're not even rocking with a pair of Xiaomi headphones, but you got any pair of headphones plugged in and there's some good, you know, decent quality or really good quality or even low quality, you can choose. Basically, each one of these options that you can choose is like a preset. You know what I mean? And so it's like, you can sit there and choose which sound sounds best by tapping on all of them. There's a dedicated equalizer for you to tweak the sound that way. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was how I was able, like in my Infinity, where I still have, you know, I've got the red, the red and white audio cables with the headphone jack that just plugs into the phone. And the pair of headphones that I got it selected to, oh man, it just sounds crazy in the car. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so that's pretty dope, man. I mean, so I like the fact that Xiaomi's done that. I mean, you can assign different buttons, you know what I mean, to do different things. You've got headphones, remote buttons. I mean, so if your headphones has remotes, even if it's not a pair of Xiaomi headphones, you can choose what you want those buttons to control so that, you know, when you're bumping cuts with your headphones on, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you can choose what you want the buttons to be so that they'll perform whatever action you want them to perform. Okay, to me, that's dopeness, right? I mean, that's dope to me. Like, I'm really a big fan of that. You know, I like the fact that Xiaomi just gives you a lot of control over those things. All right, now, if we go back out to additional settings, like I said, we've got button and gesture shortcuts. This is where you go to customize your navigation key, so you can program these buttons to do anything you want them to do. You can program the home button right here on the side to do what you want it to do. You can even program the volume buttons to do different things. I mean, what other you know, phone manufacturer or OEM gives you that type of customization? You know what I'm saying? That's why I like MIUI 10, because, you know, it just gives you free reign just to change up a lot of different things that typically you wouldn't be able to change on a lot of other devices. You know what I mean? So there's tons of things to play with on the Mi 9T along with other Xiaomi devices. And I, ladies and gentlemen, am a huge, huge fan of that. You know what I mean? I feel like the more customizations that I've got, the better. You know what I mean? The more that I can customize my phone and make it and personalize it more so to my liking, the better. And so I like MIUI 10. I like the fact that Xiaomi is mindful of these things. And to me, that also helps provide a great overall experience. So my final thoughts with the Xiaomi Mi 9T, to me, this phone is a must buy. You know what I'm saying? This phone is one of the hottest commodities of phones that have come out in 2019. I know that, you know, I compared this to the OnePlus 7 Pro, and you guys got down in the comments, and some of you were just like, oh man, this ain't even a fair comparison. You should have considered, you know, compared the Mi 9T Pro to the OnePlus 7 Pro because, you know, it has similar specs. Well, look, let me tell you like this, man. For one, the main reason, if this went over you guys' head, the reason why I compared this to the OnePlus 7 Pro, because the main message that I was trying to convey was that, say you got the OnePlus 7 Pro out there, okay? It's a full screen display, pop-up camera, okay? That phone is $699, it's $700. The main message that I was trying to convey was that if you want a full screen display phone with an AMOLED display, with a display that is just as beautiful as the one on the OnePlus 7 Pro, with the motorized pop-up camera sensor that has excellent camera quality and video quality, you could get that here with the Xiaomi Mi 9T for $400 rather than $700. So that was the sole purpose of that comparison. Okay, I understand that there's a difference in specs, but also too, just to also compare the fact that, hey, the Mi 9T, even though it doesn't have the latest Snapdragon processor, it too can perform. And it too can go toe to toe with the best of them, like the OnePlus 7 Pro and any other phone that is in that respective class. Personally, in my opinion, the Mi 9T holds its own against a lot of those devices. It can go toe to toe with any of them. And it looks just as good, if not better than them. You know what I mean? Because I don't, you see a notch here? This is my iPhone 11, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see no notch. Now, the notch to me is non-intrusive, and it doesn't bother me because I'm used to it, but I think that it's starting to become prehistoric. Because now we're fully converting over to phones that don't have notches. They got like little buttonholes or nothing. And they're just, you know, they got like motorized pop-up cameras, or, you know, certain phones where the whole top end pops up to reveal all the cameras on the front or the back. I mean, so I'm starting to get used to these full screen displays, man. You know what I mean? So that video comparison was to show you individuals that, hey, if I want something that is just as aesthetically beautiful as the OnePlus 7 Pro, but I ain't got OnePlus 7 Pro money, then hey, man, you know what I'm saying? You can cop yourself a $400 Mi 9T here and be just as good. You'll be solid. So that was the point of that video. If you didn't check it out, go check it out. It's the Xiaomi Mi 9T versus the OnePlus 7 Pro. Hell, I'll drop the link in the description so you ain't got to go looking for it. You can just get in the description box and you can click on it. All right. So yeah, my overall final thoughts, the Mi 9T, excellent device. Excellent device for a great price. You're getting a great value. Features, functions, performance, camera review. This phone is a top dog in my personal opinion. Okay. It is a top dog. It is a top performer. I love the build and the way that it feels. I love that glass Kevlar finish. The only thing that I wish that this phone had was wireless charging because of the fact that it's all glass on the front and back. Why it does not have wireless charging, I do not know. But to me, it is still not a determining factor. There are so many more things about this phone, so many more positive things about this phone that definitely outweigh the negatives. All right. That's all I got for the full pristine review for the Xiaomi Mi 9T. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to expose yourself to tons of more videos that I've done like this one. And keep it here locked at Pristine Mobile Tech because I've got so much more content to come. And be sure to check out my catalog of videos that I've already done. It's been a lot of them, ladies and gentlemen. All right, hit that notification bell so that whenever my videos go live, you'll get that little notification that Pristine Tech just dropped something and you can be one of the first to check it out. And get down in the comment section and let me know what you think about what you saw. That's where I'll be chilling at, answering questions, comments, responding to feedback, criticism, whatever you guys got. Okay, if you're being negative and talking that nonsense, you'll get ignored and you'll get deleted, period. Okay, you guys don't hurt my feelings. I don't get in shouting matches or verbal confrontations back and forth. I just delete you and keep it pushing. Let's keep it respectful. I respect your opinions and your thoughts. Respect mine. That's all I ask. All right, much love to all of my subscribers. And hey, you guys already know, man. Thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope this video was informative. If you are kind of straddling the fence on whether or not you want to cop the Mi 9T versus something else, and you already know, please stay safe, get spiritually fit, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'm out.